I want to take this phone call because we got the Honorable Franklin Bynum on the phone.
Nice.
Hey.
Your Honor, thanks for calling in.
What's up, Judge?
Yeah. How you doing?
We're doing well.
Hi.
We got Todd here, so
It feels like old times.
It
Where's
does.
your cowboy hat, Todd?
It's at the house.
Usually you sit right here, Judge.
Yeah, been a minute. Well, I wanted to, maybe address some of the things that y'all have been talking about. Definitely, the misdemeanor court judges are, we've been doing a lot. We've been in office about a month. We've basically all but settled the bail lawsuit, implemented a new local rule. We have transitioned to a new booking center, really leading, working with the district courts, with the sheriff's office. And so, yes, but yes, we do want to pay our lawyers more, our appointed lawyers more. And not just that, we're moving towards a managed assigned counsel system as quickly as we possibly can to take appointments out of the hands of judges into the hands of professionals. We have the Indigent Defense Commission coming down to meet with us in the coming week. We're, I got to, really give kudos to Judge Jordan, who has been an incredible leader fighting many different, battles on different fronts. And I don't even want to call it fighting battles as much as it is just like moving us forward hugely.
Well, you mentioned today that, he's also, I think, a major in the military.
Yeah, he's in the Army. He's just an incredible, incredible leader. What a gift to have him. He's a gift. Everybody in the county should be grateful that we have Daryl Jordan.
Judge Bynum, let me ask you, I'm going to ask you a two-part question. The first one is, what do you think your biggest challenge that you've had to face coming in on your honeymoon? And what do you think is the biggest mountain that you're going to climb going forward?
Oh, well, I think that the conditions are really hard. And I think that moving back to the CJC will alleviate a lot of it. But, consider this, that with 2 jail dockets every day, handling 8 courts each, we have 16 judges, we have 16 court staffs. When we are trying no cases, we have to staff 18 courts, 2 more than we have staff for. And it stretches us thin even when we're not trying cases. To try cases is even more of a strain. So that has been the most difficult part. Now, let me say this about the misdemeanor jail docket. I heard y'all talking about additional prosecutors and all of this. Something like 3/4 of the misdemeanor jail docket are felony pending cases. And, I'll leave it to y'all to discuss what that's about. But, dragging people over that are sitting on other things.
Well, Judge, can I ask you? If it's felony pending, they just reset them, right? By practicality?
Yeah, but they're waking them up from the jail. They're bringing them over. We're having to staff 2 courts. The system as it's set up is really something of a boondoggle.
Well, let me ask you, because every time I have a felony with a misdemeanor pending, I look it up, of course, and then it says the misdemeanor's the next day, right? And then I'm investigating my case and moving forward. Then next time I come, the misdemeanor's the next day. Is there another way to resolve that, or I don't know because I'm not on the misdemeanor side of it, but the case just drags on with it.
Well,
I'll let y'all, talk about it.
I guess that's a DA's position on that, not the courts.
Judge, have you guys had any meetings? We had talked earlier in the show about Julio had alluded to this use of jail time on shorter deferred adjudications, and we've been talking about diversions. Have you guys, as a group, had any discussions with the chain of command at the DA's office about how to utilize these things in certain types of cases?
That's that 1 day deferred we're talking about.
Well, not at a high level. At a high level, What do you mean, Jimmy? You mean?
Well, I mean, she had Kim Ogg had talked a lot about utilizing a greater number of diversions prior to her, coming into office, and I didn't know if now that we have a new wave of judges coming in who are of the same political party, if there's been any formal meetings to say, okay, here's how we're going to proceed with diversions, because there was kind of this headbutting before where some
right,
judges...
we don't do that anymore,
Yeah.
right? I mean, as far as I know, I don't think any of us interfere or bust PTIs. I think,
Yeah.
I mean, I don't, I know that certainly I don't. I mean, people come up and ask if I'll take it. I'm like, look, that's between y'all. I'm pretty sure that's all of our opinion about it. I'm not in all 16 courts every
Sure.
day, but I mean, from talking to them, that's my impression.
Nice.
That
Good
we all
job.
sat around and talked about it, and we don't bust PTIs. But the thing is that, there's still many marijuana cases filed. I mean,
Yeah.
in January, there were about 300 marijuana cases filed just in January alone. So,
Misdemeanor, Your Honor? Or in total?
I think in total, but there are hardly any felonies. I mean, virtually all misdemeanors, yeah.
So, Judge, you've taken a look at the Joint Processing Center. We talked a little bit about that.
Yeah, so the JPC is really an interesting kind of place.
We have a new acronym?
JPC.
Yeah, with
so
the new acronym, the JPC 700 North San Jacinto is the new booking center. Everyone booking into the county jail or out of the county jail, the entire complex goes into or out of 700 North San Jacinto now. And in fact, it consolidates booking citywide. HPD will be bringing people directly downtown instead of city jails starting in about 30 to 45 days.
Like
And then at that
Facebook,
point,
like.
yeah, so it finally gives us some improved oversight of police agencies countywide here in the judiciary, and I've been down there personally almost every day since it opened, and it's look, I got to give my hats off to the sheriff's office for it's a tough transition. I think they've handled it pretty well, but the building itself really treats people much better than I think have ever been treated before. Now, it could always be better. We could be citing and releasing people. Don't get me wrong, but people are, generally pretty. They're free to move around. They can go to the bathroom. They're watching TV. It looks like an airport terminal, to be quite honest. People are generally in much better spirits than I ever saw them at the old booking center, the IPC. So, that's an improvement, right? And pretrial services is there and has a huge section where they work, and the public defenders are there, and it's a non-linear process. So ideally, things will be moving fast. And one of the reasons I'm there is to try to, understand how it works. So when our new rule comes online in the coming weeks in the misdemeanor courts, where we're going to be releasing people much sooner on many categories of cases, that we know what the flow is and how, what the bottlenecks are, because they still exist, and how we can work around them.